Today, two people's lives are potentially ruined and are going to be booked on felony charges because they possessed some guns and did not break any other crimes. Let's talk about that. Okay, so today I got something that I really want to talk about because it's something that, in order to stay safe and legal, you're going to have to do certain things. And when you choose to break certain laws or not follow certain laws, depending on what your beliefs are, you kind of have to understand the risks that come with doing or not doing what the law tells you to do. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not going to tell you to break laws. I'm not going to tell you to follow laws. I'm just going to tell you what laws are and then maybe some of the risks that come with following or not following them. I'm going to try to not use my hands when I talk because that's a common thing that people have been saying that I do too much of, and I understand this. However, it is something that makes me who I am. So I'm just going to try to get it all out of my system right now. Okay, hands down. When you choose to not follow these laws through civil disobedience or just moral objection to them, you have to understand that when you break laws, if you get caught, you're going to get in trouble. Now, today, a specific situation that I thought was super important to talk about happened. Now, most people say things like, just don't get caught, or I won't take my assault weapons to the range, or I just won't shoot it in a public property. That's fine, and that's going to do a pretty damn good job of removing your risk of getting caught to a much lower level. I'm using my hands again, I'm sorry. However, I've always had the idea of, even if you're not doing something like that, like taking it out in public or showing cops that you got these guns, there's always the odd chance that something could happen and you could end up getting caught with an assault weapon. Now, we've talked about what an assault weapon is, and I'll link that up here. But basically, your AR-15s, your AKs, you might not even know that you're breaking the law because you just haven't stayed up to date. Every year the laws change, and you could be a felon on January 1st every single year, and that's just part of living in California, unfortunately. So I'm going to read you a Facebook post from Anaheim Police Department in California. On Monday afternoon, December 16th, APD patrol officers responded to a residential alarm call in the area of Broadway and Archer in Anaheim. A search of the residence resulted in the seizure of 156 firearms, many of them illegal assault rifles, and thousands of rounds of ammunition. Now, I'm going to talk about here for a sec. It says many of them illegal assault rifles. Now, we talked about the typical definition of what an assault rifle is, being a full auto or select fire gun. I'm unsure if these guns are select fire or if they're actually just California assault weapons, but moving on. And thousands of rounds of ammunition. Two subjects, Aaron Lins, 54, and Daniel Moore, 42, were arrested for possession of illegal firearms. Our detectives are working with the ATF. At this point, there is no indication that the firearms were used in a crime or that there were plans to use them in a crime. The original alarm turned out to be an accidental activation. So what can we learn from this? What we can learn from this is straight up this, that when you have guns that aren't legal, you run a risk, however small that may be, of getting caught. We also saw that someone that was not breaking any other laws, was not hurting anyone, was not a criminal in any other way, was arrested simply for having possession of guns that they had no known intention of using in the act of a crime. Kind of ridiculous, right? This is something that I think more people need to be aware of when they talk about non-compliance. I'm not going to tell you to not comply. I'm not going to tell you to comply. I'm just going to say to you that there are risks that come with non-compliance. These two guys, because their alarm system activated improperly, they could be facing serious jail time. They're going to be booked on a lot of felony charges. Whether or not those cases get dropped, up in the air, we don't know that yet. But today, two people's lives got ruined because of unconstitutional gun laws, and that's really unfortunate. So wrapping up, basically, I just want you all to understand the risks. I'm not telling you what to do, like I keep saying. I'm just saying that it's something that you need to understand, that if you choose the route of non-compliance, there may be consequences for those actions. If you get in a situation like this, I'll be the first one to talk about it, the first one to start talking about maybe supporting your legal fund. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the FPC, see if they start backing it, see if anyone starts going forward with this. But as of right now, these guys may be fucked, and that's unfortunate. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all keep up to date with this. I will post links below. If you want to support someone that is supporting our right to own firearms in America, I recommend you support the Firearms Policy Coalition, the Gun Owners of America, or the California Rifle and Pistol Association. The NRA, if you're a member already, that's great, but they're not the best place right now to be putting money. So one of those other 3 organizations that I mentioned, feel free to give them a link. I'll leave some links below. Feel free to give them a follow on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. Donate some money whenever you can. Hope you have a fantastic day. Peace.